explain you electrostatic force due to line of charges. It is a line that you see, I have made a zigzag that it is not necessary, that can be straight line also, no problem. Because generally, in a zigzag manner, a curved line I have made. This is charge. Charge uniformly. Uniformly means every unit length has same amount of charge. That charge present in unit length of a body is called linear charge. So this is a line of charge, therefore it has a linear charge density. Linear charge density means amount of charge present in unit length, 1 centimeter, 1 meter, etc. That is given here. So linear charge density, the unit is lambda. Unit is lambda. Value is lambda, coulomb per meter. So a small section is taken of length dl. Charge in dl is equal to lambda into dl. Why that? Because unit length the charge is lambda. Hence for dl length it is lambda into dl. So the force acting between Q, so this is a test charge. What is the force acting here? We have to find the total electrostatic force due to the entire line on this charge Q0. For that we will take a small section. Small section of length dl has a charge is equal to lambda into dl. So lambda into dl small charge and this Q0, the small force acting between them is given by dF is equal to, dF means a small force acting between these two, is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q0 into lambda dl, that means Q1 Q2 divided by R square. In case of Q1 this is Q0 and Q2 this is lambda into dl divided by R square. So for a small section or small amount of charge lambda dl, if this is the amount of force acting on Q0, the entire charge in the body line of charge, what is the force acting on is given by F is equal to what is called F is equal to line integral. First page, the page before that. Then F is equal to line integral 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into line integral 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into. So this is for a small amount of charge. The entire line means the whole line. The total force acting on Q0 is F. That is equal to integral line integral 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q0 lambda dl divided by R square unit vector. Oh, here you have to put a vector sign that is not marked here. So I got the mistake here. It's only a writing mistake that you can change it, no problem. That is equal to Q0 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 into lambda by R square into unit vector R into dl. So this is the total force acting on this test charge Q0 due to the line of charge. The next is we are coming to surface of charge. The figure shows a surface of charge. This rectangular surface, a lamina is given charge and the distribution of charge is uniform, and we are taking a small area out of this, and also it is marked the sigma is the surface charge density. Surface charge density means the amount of charge present in unit area of that. Right? We will first find the force acting between a charge placed at P, Q0 and the small amount of charge present in a very small area ds. First of all, dF is found, then F is calculated. dF is the force between the small amount of charge in a small area and the Q0. That is found, and for the total force acting we have to integrate it. That is given by, for a small amount of charge of area ds, the force is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q0 sigma ds divided by R square. Last case is lambda dl by R square. Right? In the vector form this is written as a unit vector also you have to multiply. For the entire surface of charge, how much force will act on Q0 is given by surface integral. Surface integral due to the total surface. Surface integral 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q0 sigma ds divided by R square into unit vector R. Did you 0 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is taken outside, you will get surface integral sigma by r square in unit vector r into ds. This is the best way of representing this in the vector form. What is sigma? Sigma is the surface charge density. That is, the unit of that is coulomb per meter square. Next for volume of charges. Volume of charges, it is very simple. Volume of charges means a volume, a cubical volume containing charge distributed uniformly. Out of this, a small cube is taken whose volume is equal to dV. First of all, it was by line. Next it is an area, small area ds, and now it is a small volume dV. In this case, we can prove that the total force acting on a test charge at a distance r away from a big cubical volume carrying charge uniformly distributed is given by vector F is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 0 into rho by r square in the unit vector r dV. So this is what volume of charge. So this is what is called continuity charge. Charges are continuously distributed in different bodies, and the electrostatic force due to that on a test charge is calculated. Different methods have been calculated. Where this rho is called volume density of charge. Rho is called volume density of charge. That is a coulomb per meter cube. Rho, the unit of rho is coulomb per meter, cm raised to minus 3. So now I am going to tell you what are the importance, why we are very taking much interest in studying electrostatics. Study of electrostatics is very important because devices like capacitor actually I have explained earlier because we have started the lesson from the middle, no problem. So now we are going with the beginning lessons, then we will be able to correlate things. Then devices like capacitor, lightning conductors, etc. are outcome of electrostatics. So remember, without a capacitor, we cannot set up electric circuits and electronic circuits. Very basic circuit elements of electric as well as electronic circuits. So very complicated circuits we have to set up. For that, so many basic electrical elements we have to, circuit elements we need to have. One is capacitor, other is inductor, other is diode valve, other is transistor, other is capacitor, resistor. So many circuit elements are there. Out of this, just like resistor, just like a transistor, capacitor is also very important circuit element. Without capacitor, I think we cannot set up not a single electronic circuit. Right? So it's a very important device that is used for purposes, what you call capacitor. Even every motor, every electric motor, for example water pump, for example you see electric fan, etc. Motor is associated with that is connected with a capacitor also. Without a capacitor, this the machine, the motor cannot rotate smoothly. Am I correct? So capacitor is actually a device that can charge, that can collect and keep charge inside, and hence it stores energy. We have already said energy stored in a capacitor is equal to half CV square, right? So this is the importance of studying electrostatics, lightning conductors, capacitors, etc. Lightning conductors, very high installations, very high buildings and all. To protect the building from lightning stroke, we use lightning conductors, right? When charge comes just above the very big building, the potential difference between the earth and the cloud becomes very high. Electric current can pass, breaking the insulation between the cloud and the building. Electric current can strike the building, that can damage the building, right? Irreparable damage that it can make. To protect high installations, buildings, etc., we use what you call lightning conductors. So lightning conductors and capacitors are outcome of electrostatics. That is the very interesting point you have to see and you have to keep in the mind while studying electrostatics. And the spraying machines that used for spraying powder, liquids, for example pesticides, etc. Spraying machines.